Welcome back. It's the 30th of June, 2020, and we're going to do some yoga together. To start by assuming a comfortable cross-legged sit. Doesn't matter whether you're on a chair or something, or if you're on the ground. I always recommend ground, but you can always start in a chair. And just close your eyes. Inhale, reach the crown of your head up. Stretch your spine long and then release and relax back onto it. Find the natural curves, find the gentle balance. And I'll come to breathing fully. So your belly, your ribs, the upper part of your chest. Let's do 5 deep breath cycles. If you can, try to avoid squeezing your ears with your shoulders. Leave your shoulders relaxed and low. Take a couple of normal breaths and just watch for a minute. So for the next one, on the inhale, I got a nice full inhale. Use your fingertips and tap your chest. So tapping on the breastbone, tapping up on the collarbones. You want to hit bone while you do this. So that's the inhale. Then you're going to hold your breath and you're going to slap your chest as vigorously as you like. The idea is this opens up, it clears the lungs, it loosens things out. And then with a deep exhale, you can get rid of it. If you feel like coughing while you're doing that, it really means that you're cleaning stuff out. So it's not a bad sign if you cough. And we're going to do that again 5 times. And just come to breathing normally for a few breaths. Excellent. Now come to standing. We'll start with simple inhalation as we reach our arms up. Inhale, stretch up, open the shoulders, look up if it's comfortable. Exhale, push the hands down. Repeat, inhale. Exhale. With energy, don't just sort of flop your arms. Do this controlled with muscles active. 2 more times. Step your left foot out a little bit. Inhale, reach up. You can clasp your hands together, all of your fingers except for the index fingers. Your thumb is also free, and you point that up. You can do that with straight arms and your head inside your arms, or maybe your head has to fall back. But lift everything up and then turn slightly to the right and drop to the left. Keep turning slightly to the right so you're not just leaning forward. Inhale, come up, extend again, and then come to the right, turning slightly to the left. Inhale, come up. Drop the hands for a moment, but not for long. Scoop them back up. Reach up and back. Come back. Make sure your blood pressure is okay when you do that. Bring your hands together, interlace your fingers, push them away from you. Lean forwards, extend your arms, look over them. Inhale, squeeze your legs out and come to standing. Drop your arms. Roll your shoulders, big circles. And reverse direction. Take the right arm over the left. Double wrap your hands if that works for you. If not, just the backs of the hands come together. And then soften your knees so that you can push those hands up and your lower back stays safe and comfortable. If you'd like to, while extending here, straighten your legs. Lean forward and bring your fingers down towards the floor. Keep reaching your hands away from yourself. Release your arms. Inhale, come up to standing. Left arm crosses right. Double wrap, soften your knees, push your hands up. If you'd like to lean forward, straighten your legs, reach your hands for the ground. And release. Roll your way back up. Roll your shoulders a few times to release. Come to triangle pose. We all know how to do this, so I won't talk you through it. Just come into triangle pose, feeling. Truck at high speed goes by, feeling for yourself what you need to do. Release, look down. Inhale, soften your front knee, come up. I'll do the next one facing sideways so you can see what that looks like. But again, if you don't need to watch, don't bother, just do it on your own. Exhale, release, look down, soften that front knee. Inhale, come up. Step back to the front of your mat. Let's do extended triangle. Remember, this is the one where you take a big step back. Bend the front knee, bring your arm across it, turn to the side. Right arm goes overhead. And release. Step to the front of the mat. We'll do the left side, and again, no, that was left. I will do the right side. And again, I'll do it sideways so you have a chance to see what that looks like from this angle. So this is what I mean by take a big step. Bend the front knee, turn to the side, and the arm goes overhead. And release. Come back to standing at the front of your mat. We'll do chair pose, and we'll do a chair pose twist. We've done this before, but it's been a while. So for chair pose, just come squat down till your fingertips touch the floor. Leave your hips where they are. And we're just going to bring our hands together and sit like this. You can also reach your hands overhead if you like. It's a little harder on the shoulders and the back, so that's optional. A little bit more. You can also lift your toes and put your weight a little bit further back on your heels. And inhale, stand up, and we fold. Fingertips stay on the ground, bend your knees. Now the right elbow goes onto the left knee. Make a pancake with your hands and turn to the side. Inhale, come to standing, reach up. Exhale, fold. Fingertips on the floor, bend your knees, left elbow on right knee, turn to the other side. Reach up. Exhale, fold. This time, try to come down far enough so that your belly is lying on your thighs. If you need to bend your knees to do that, that's okay. Grab your toes with your peace fingers, relax your head, and then slowly straighten one leg, then bend it, straighten the other one. Pump your legs like this, but nice and slowly, just to get slow stretches in your hamstrings. You don't need to do that. If you can just straighten both legs, bring your face down to your shins, that's fine too. Release your toes, relax your knees. Inhale, come up to standing, stretch your way back up again. And now we're going to do a flow to get down to the ground, or you could just sit down. It's totally up to you. I'm going to come touch the floor, bend my knees. In order to do so, step back to a high plank. Tuck my elbows in, come to a low plank. Inhale to upward facing dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. And then onto my knees, cross my ankles, come to seated. We're going to do a forward bend. We've done this one many times before, Janu Shirshasana. There's going to be a couple of options again. You can do it with your right foot against your right thigh. You can also do it with your right foot on top, sorry, on left thigh. There's no way you're going to get your right foot on top of your right thigh ever. Please don't try that. Or you can do your right foot on top of the left thigh. This obviously forces your left leg to be straight. It might also be uncomfortable for the thigh because you've got now this bony knob of an ankle, in my case, resting on it. But whatever. If this works for you, you want to feel no strain, no pain in the knee. Then lean forward, grab whatever works as an anchor. Inhale to lengthen out the crown of the head. And then you can round your back and bring your chin onto your shin. Or somewhere in that approximate area. Inhale to release. If you've put the foot on top of the thigh, take it off. Stretch out both legs, roll them. And then set up on the left side. Remember, either sole of the foot against the thigh. And also remember that if your knee is very high when the foot is that close, feel free to put the foot much farther away. Or you can take your foot laid on top of your thigh. It might take a couple of tries to get it in there right. And notice how, till I'm leaning forward, that knee is not close to the ground. I don't expect it to be there. I'm not going to push it there. Eventually, I want the heel to dig into my belly as I lean forward. That's part of the breathing exercise of this pose. Then you reach forward, grab an anchor, and round down. Inhale, come up. And again, release, relax. Roll them side to side. Bring the soles of the feet together. We're going to leave them quite a distance away from the hip, so at least your forearm from a fist to the elbow. Grab onto your feet. Mine look like I've been living outside for a month and a bit. And then lean forward over your feet. Wiggle your hips so that they open nicely and relax. And inhale, release, push your way back up. Now we're going to do a back bend. Fairly gentle one. We're going to do Sphinx pose. On your elbows, which are beneath your shoulders, palms of your hands flat on the ground. Roll your shoulders open, long neck. Adjust and shift until this is comfortable. And then just rest. Look down your nose at the ground. Deep breaths in your belly, pulling your rib cage forward. Release. Put your head on your hands. Roll your hips side to side. Then either repeat or come to Cobra pose. If you're doing Cobra, your hands are underneath your shoulders where your elbows used to be. Forehead starts on the ground. Inhale, you lift yourself using your back. Your hands come in at the end and you lift your head. Exhale, roll down. Make that pillow out of your hands again. Put your chin on it. Roll side to side. And then for the third time, if you like, you start by bending your knees, tipping your feet in so that the edges of your feet are touching. Try to keep your shins vertical as you come back into Cobra. You'll probably not come quite as high. And release. You've got pillow for your head and roll your hips side to side. Push your way to table. Cross your ankles. Into seated. Do some twists to release and relieve our back. And that last back bend. Pull your left heel around to your right side, and the mosquitoes are picking up because it's after 6 o'clock. Put your right foot the outside of the left knee. If both sit bones can stay on the floor, if not, don't forget. Hug the knee in nice and tight, right hand in behind. Pull that knee across the midline, simultaneously pushing the right sit bone down to the ground, then turn. Inhale always to stay nice and long in your back and turn again. and release to a slight counter twist. And when we go the other way, I will turn to the side to show you what that looks like from the side. So the right heel comes to the left hip. My left foot crosses. Tuck and pull that right knee in. And I sit straight and turn. And release with a little counter twist. And let's roll down for corpse pose. So start with your legs straight, put your hands on your shins, round your back, look down towards your thighs and slide your hands back along your legs, slowly rolling down. Take your time. See if you can take like a half minute to get down. Leave your heels glued to the floor. This is especially for those of you that didn't do the plank challenge, by the way. I strongly encourage the plank challenge. It's good for everybody. There's no need to do it for as long as we do it. If you do it daily, it'll improve posture and it'll improve your core strength. Slowly bring some feeling back to your fingers and toes. Roll your ankles and your wrists. Then inhale, reach overhead, give yourself a really good stretch. And then tuck in one knee and then the other. Roll around on your back. Drop your feet again, roll to your right side. And stay there for another half a minute. Then using your hands, push your way up to seated. Keep your eyes closed. Cross your legs the way that's unusual for you. Rest your hands on your knees. And inhale, stretch the crown of the head up towards the ceiling. And exhale, release. Inhale, bring your hands together. Namaste. Thank you for joining me again. Wait for the truck to go by. And we'll see you tomorrow. Have a nice evening, or afternoon, or whatever time of the day it is for you. Bye-bye.